Welcome to everybody. My guest today is Reis. Can you please talk about your titles, achievements, tell everything you earned, where you fought, and in the introduction so we can continue?
Yes. Thank you. My name is Reis. I'm MMA fighter. I fought for UFC for about 6 years. I had a title challenge. I fought for the title in 2017, and yeah, so always fighting the best guys.
So you started training very early on, right?
Yes. I started fighting, training jiu-jitsu. I started martial arts with judo. I started judo when I was about 12 years old, 11 to 12, and when I was 13, going to 14, I started training jiu-jitsu. Yeah. So I got my black belt when I was 19. That's when I decided to move to the United States from Brazil. And then there, I started to train, cross-train in Muay Thai, boxing, MMA. And then my pro debut was in 2007. Was my first MMA fight.
Oh, it was awesome. I've noticed that you don't have a nickname. You didn't want it, or
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I never really had a name they stuck. Nothing stick around. Yeah. But I
yeah,
like it. People just call me, by my name, and so it just got popular like that.
yeah. Why not? You won a world championship as a BGG brown belt, right? Or
Yes, in brown belt, yeah, I won. I got first place and as a brown belt, and I got three times. I got third place, as a purple and brown, and yeah, purple and brown belt.
there was many controversy. I found many comments on your fighting style, positive and negative, which I kind of disagree. But how would you describe your fighting style? How would you describe it?
My fighting style will be I'm aggressive, always aggressive, always fighting forward, and I love takedowns and grappling. I feel like I always try to improve my striking. I train boxing and Muay Thai every day, but my more natural, attributes, it's like grappling, so I always like to take the fights to the ground, I love takedowns, so it's like it's a mix, the strike and grappling, but then the majority of my fights I just take everybody down and try to work on the ground, try to ground and pound, try to finish,
I've
so that's my.
noticed, I've noticed that your left hand is very fast, and I've noticed your hands are very fast. So do you have a trademark punch? Of course, you surely have a trademark submission too.
Yeah, man. I always try to focus, on my boxing, but then every fight's different. People like they have a different game plan, different style, and you always fighting the best guys, So I haven't had a chance to, to showcase my boxing skills yet, But I did when I fought Ben Nguyen. I feel that it was my last, second to last fight in UFC. I thought that my hands was really good. My hands was connecting. I landed a lot of good shots in the fight.
Can you talk about your first pro fight? How did you feel? I mean, was it a difficult experience or?
Yeah, man. I feel like I feel really good, but at the same time I was very nervous too, because my first fight, and then and the guy that I fought, that was his second fight, but I had a lot of experience in jiu-jitsu, so then for me it was I knew at some point I was going to take the fight to the ground because I was more comfortable on the ground. So the whole time, my first fight was pretty much like it was a lot of like 90% of the time I was able to take the guy down and just control him on the ground. But I remember that I was very nervous, before the fight because I never really had, I had a good sparring and everything, but never had a fight. So it was really good. So after my fight, I won like a unanimous decision. I felt like really, I felt hooked. I felt that I loved the fight. I loved the experience, and I just couldn't wait to fight again. So I scheduled the fight for a couple months later. So I thought it was gonna be two things. Either I was gonna hate it and just keep it grappling, or I was gonna love. So I definitely love the experience.
You were cruising pretty much between divisions, right, during your career?
What do you say?
You were cruising between divisions. You were changing weight classes.
Yes, yes. Yeah, competing three different weight classes. Yeah. Yeah,
So,
featherweight, bantamweight, and flyweight.
so which one suited you most? Which one was the most suitable for you?
125. Yeah, 125 is better because I was not oversized. Like I felt I had a good reach and everything. The problem was that was the weight cut. The weight cut was always hard. So when I fly as a flyweight, I have to do a 2 months 2 months diet. Make sure like so I can get down to the weight slowly. So I can get acclimate with the weight. Yeah.
You were Elite XC bantamweight champ, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But Elite XC had a different weight class. They had so normally you have 135, 145. They had 140, 150, and 160. So they had different weight classes. But yeah, I was at 140 pound. I was at their bantamweight division champion.
Yeah. About first Bellator fight. Bellator looks like a more serious promotion, and you faced Henry Martinez. So, was it a different hype for that fight, or, I mean, different promotion? And
So what was the question again? Sorry.
was it a different hype for that first Bellator fight? Did you feel differently? Did you understand?
Yes, yeah, yes. I feel no, I didn't feel like like pressure or anything. I feel good because I had just won my title, in the Elite XC, and then I debuted in Bellator. It was a great event too, But Bellator was a big event, but they still kind of they still in the beginning. So I fought Bellator like their second show ever, So it was very small. I remember the Elite XC. I had one time I had a fight in like in 30,000 people arena, in the Elite XC. So Elite XC was pretty big event, So going to Bellator later on, it became a big event, but in the first season of Bellator, it's still small, And I remember that I felt that a little bit very quiet, Like I remember that I always liked, the more people, the better, And a couple of the Bellator events was very like small.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, it was the beginning of Bellator. And about your Bellator career, who was the most difficult opponent for you? Did you have the most difficult opponent?
Yeah, I mean, I always like in my career, I pretty much fought always the best guys, and in Bellator, I had a great fights, and then my toughest fight there was definitely Patricio Pitbull, is
Yes.
their champion now, 145er, 155er, so it's definitely, he's definitely the best guy I fought there. Yeah.
Did you won Extreme Force Championship?
What's that?
Extreme Force Championship. Did you win
Yeah,
it?
extreme,
Who were you
extreme
fighting?
challenge. Yeah.
Who were you fighting? Who was your opponent back then?
Oh, it was a Brazilian guy. No, it was forgot the name of the guy. Yeah, but he was from Philadelphia. Yeah, the Philadelphia show.
Dwayne Shelton, maybe. Dwayne Shelton.
Dwayne Shelton, yeah, Dwayne Shelton. Yep, yep, yeah. He's a really good, very good fighter. I don't know how if he kept going to his career, but back then he already had like 15, 20 fights. And then he was a very game opponent. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you said Brazil, when was actually the first time you fought in Brazil?
Yeah, I was going to say that because I fought for the title in Brazil. It was like 2011. 2011 for the WFE. It was an event in Bahia, Brazil. And then I submitted the guy in Bruno Menezes in the first round. Yeah. So that was 2011. That was the first time I played MMA in Brazil. And I came back to the UFC later. Yeah.
You took part in one Cage Warriors battle, right? Owen Roddy.
Yes. Over Rory, yeah.
So you finished him, right?
Yeah, finished him with, I believe it was a real naked choke, yeah. That was a great fight, man. I love that fight.
Is rear naked choke maybe your trademark submission? Because you did it pretty much often during your career.
Yes. Yeah, like a lot of my fights was definitely I finished with the rear naked choke, Yeah. But I always liked the head and arm choke. Is one of my favorites to do in training, but it's hard to do it sometimes. But rear naked choke, it's hard. Yeah, I mean it's easy when you get somebody's back and you control. In MMA, you see more often. Rear naked choke. Yeah.
Now, a specific rear naked choke question. Do you prefer it from back mount, back flat, or some other position?
I like from the back. When we take somebody's back, yeah, back mount, and then I usually drive them to my side whenever I'm gonna have on top. So there's a like I always like to be on the same side as my top arm, so it's easy to get a choke.
The first UFC fight versus Ivan Menjivar was probably something completely different. People say when you transition to UFC, it's a whole different world. So, what do you
Yeah,
think on that?
man, I was actually nervous because I thought I was gonna feel going into fight week. I thought I was gonna be more nervous. I said, man, I was nervous to when I was going to the walkout to the cage. I was gonna be very nervous, and it was all the way around because as I walked to the cage, I was very calm. I was very calm. I was very happy. For me, it was a dream come true. Fight for the UFC in such a big event. That was the UFC 165. It was a sold out arena in Canada. So that was huge for me. And fighting somebody like Ivan Menjivar, so that fight was definitely like a huge fight for me to remember, yeah. And it was a great fight versus somebody that was a veteran, like Menjivar was a veteran and he was a great fighter, so for me it was a huge win.
Yeah, he's the best MMA fighter from Ecuador still. So yeah, I mean even today when I watch his fights, I have a lot of respect for this guy. He's so good. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
so good.
And he always mixed it up very well. His striking, his Muay Thai, his Jiu Jitsu, so I thought in that fight that I could have got a little bit more aggressive and tried to finish him the third round, but I don't want to like risk too much, because it was my debut. It was a short notice fight, so I just make sure I had to get the win.
Yeah, absolutely. And against Coach Jorgensen, may I ask you something? Were you an
Yeah,
underdog back then?
yeah, man. I was underdog because Corey Johnson already had a bigger name, and he was, I believe that was his second or his third MMA fight as a flyweight. So he was more familiar with the weight and everything. So I guess he was the the favorite. But I felt really good going to the fight, man. And I knew I was gonna have my hands full because Cole Jordan is he was a very good fighter. But for me, that fight was an amazing fight. That was in Brazil. And that fight was awesome, man. I have a lot of great memories for the fight. And I was like, when I landed that body kick, it was like I could hear the whole arena went crazy. And then I got to finish him with a head and arm choke. It was amazing.
Against Hector Sandoval, I've noticed some differences in your game. Your hands were significantly faster. What happened between those fights? Did you specifically prepare for Sandoval?
No, yeah, with Sandoval, no, because Sandoval is supposed to fight. Sandoval is supposed to fight Demetrius Johnson in that fight. And then Demetrius Johnson got hurt, so then they put Sandoval as a last minute replacement. And it was a good fight, man. Like Sandoval, he came out like hard, swinging and everything. But for me, I just knew I was gonna. He was going to try to get a knockout. He was going to come in hard and everything. So I just had to place my shot very well. So I took him down. So once I took him down, I was able to control him, and I think I submitted in a minute and a half. Yeah, so it was a good short fight.
It was awesome, definitely. Definitely awesome. And then you got the chance to fight Demetrius Johnson. So how was it? I mean, fight for the title is probably the best moment in somebody's career, right?
Oh yeah, man, that was like a surreal moment, in my career, and it was very amazing. It was amazing. It was an amazing situation. Amazing opportunity. And I had a great camp. I had a great training going to the fight. But Demetrius, man, he was so good. Like he was better than I expected him to be. Like that. He was like he always looked faster. He's very creative. He's really good with everything. How he mix his box, his kicks, his might, and his takedowns, and he actually surprised me on the ground too because he felt really good, heavy on top, and when he had me on the armbar, that was like, that was like crazy, because I was very hurt from the elbows and everything, and he set up that shot very good. So it was, it was a hard fight, it was a tough fight, but for me it was a great, huge opportunity, So for me, I'll never forget the fight. Yeah.
How did you feel during your championship open workout? Championship battle open workout before the match. How did you feel? All the crowd and such thing.
Oh man, I feel amazing. Man. I feel amazing. I feel like such an amazing moment, to remember because all my coaches were there, all my friends were there, and I have all this media, all these speakers, cameras, and everything, So it was like, it was very insane. It was like a lot of, it was like crazy, a lot of media, a lot of attention, So I really like, man, like yeah, for me it was like, it was a great moment in my career.
Who is the most difficult UFC fighter you have ever met?
What do you mean by difficult?
The hardest to fight.
Oh, the hard fight, yeah. Oh, it's definitely Demetrius Jones, man. Demetrius for me was I fought a lot of tough guys in UFC, but he was definitely the toughest.
Why did UFC release you?
Um, Man, I don't know because I mean, because I think I lost, like the way I lost, I got knocked out, by his name, the Brazilian guy, Pantoja, and Pantoja's an amazing fighter, man, and then I made a mistake in that fight. My game plan, I was really good. I had a great camp going to the fight, but I was just like, I was hesitating a lot in front of him, So he landed that shot was perfect. So yes, I couldn't recover. He got knocked out, and then that was like my last fight in my contract, So UFC decided not they did not want to, to renew it. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Shorty Torres has one question. What's next for you?
Yeah, man. Like right now, me and my manager, balance G group. We're trying to figure out like what's next, what is the best event. So I'm trying. I had an injury last year. I injured my foot, so now I'm clear and everything. So hopefully, in a couple of months, we'll get something scheduled. Yeah. But I'm very excited to fight by April. Hope I get 2 fights before the middle of the year. And I just want to find a good event, find a good promotion to sign with.
So actually, you don't have a home yet. I mean, fighting home and promotion and
Not yet, not yet, not yet.
not yet. All right. And would you like to add something?
Let me just want to thank you guys very much. I'd like to also, thank you my sponsors, Bad Boy, and then Canopy CBD, Canopy Athletics. They help me a lot. And yeah, I just want to thank all my fans, for the support I will be back soon, and at the same time too, I've been training a lot of grappling, a lot of jiu-jitsu. I'll probably be back to compete in jiu-jitsu this year more often as well. So I'm gonna be busy competing in jiu-jitsu and fighting MMA.
Thank you so much for this interview. I enjoyed pretty much doing this. You're the first UFC guy who fought for the title and who visited my channel, so thank you so much. First blood, never forget. That's how we say in my country. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much
much.
for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you so
You
much.
too.